What's up, squad? We back at him again, man. When he thought it was finna end. You hear me? We going back in it, so let's go and get to it. So this one right here, man, another guy that brought down the team, man. He brought down the organization. Now, right, the thing about Joe is I ain't really know him. I ain't really, you feel what I'm saying, besides the stories that came down from the upper, you know what I'm saying, the upper soldiers to us. So now, boom, right? They say he was born wherever he was born at. He from the city though, but boom, he making his way, he making his bones, he ends up making it through the rank. Now, what a lot of people don't know is, right, they feel as though like when you involved in a situation like that, they feel as though it's just one boss. It's never just one boss. You got one boss in that position. Like he might sit at the big chair, but in the chairs that sit up under him is many, many different pieces of the puzzle. You feel what I'm saying? He might be the king, but the bishop might be the most important piece on the board, however you want to look at it. You know what I'm saying? Make sense of it. So now you got guys that's spread out through the city that got their own little position. Like how I told you, the dude yesterday went out Cali and he got green lighted to start his own regime. Let's just say even a big organization can have different point men that got their own regimes. They got their own sections, but they all answer to, all the big men answer to one big man type situation. You feel me? So now the big man doing this time, he over to jail, but his name ringing bells because he, you know, he having his way over to jail. He doing what he want to do. So now I guess he get on an adrenaline high or he get on a power high. He start talking to the peoples over the phone. And I don't know why, right? This the one thing about a lot of different dudes. You never know why they got chose. You feel what I'm saying? You got some people that got chose because they violent. You got some people got chose because they get money. You got some people that got chose because people like them. You feel what I'm saying? You never really know why somebody got the position that they got. So boom. Whole time he over to jail, he running the show, he calling all the orders, he's sending out all the men, they doing what they need him to do. Now, this the questions that I had, right? Because as I'm hearing about all this that's going on, I want to say I'm in juvenile, I want to say this, but anywho, I'm hearing all this about his name, and in my mind, I'm like, damn, he cutting up. Because you never look at nothing for the bad. You never be like, well, man, one day he's going to bring this down. Now, the situation with Joe yesterday, that was just quite natural because he was doing something that was abnormal. That just was against the norm. So I knew that wasn't going to go how I was supposed to go. So now, boom, he over to jail. He running the show. He got COs in compliance. He got dudes in compliance. He got the opposing sides in compliance. He literally the man. Whole time, though, he on the phone talking crazy. The peoples end up catching the car. They catch it. So now when they catch the car, they like, whoa, he talking about this, yeah, bye, bet. If you know, you know. So now when the peoples hit the jail, he got the motherfucking jail hit. Boom, they smack the jail. Not only do they smack a jail, I believe they smack different jails. Boom. So they start smacking the joints whole time. Motherfuckers got bikes over there. They got situations they running. They got bag of grass, hammers. They doing they one too. So now motherfuckers is getting knocked off all because of something that Joe did. Boom. Whole time now it's time to suit up for trial. People start suiting up. He don't want to play no more. So now he gets scared to go to the feds. He want to cop out. He start telling now, mind y'all, in this whole little situation, he did a lot of stuff. Like, and this is what I wanted to know, right? This is the question. I wanted to know, as all this was coming down, right? I want to know, because he the number one. I want to know what number 2, number 3, and number 4 was thinking about when they know, like, this is the person we got to rely on. You feel what I'm saying? Because like I told you, sometimes you just get put up in the big chair because you are the person that is the most likable. Not because you do the most gangster stuff. Not because you got the most gangster background. Because obviously, him being over the jail, he never had to put in work. He never had to raise no finger. He ain't never had to come really see about a situation eye to eye. He could have sent whoever, any one of the good men that he wanted to send, he would have sent, and they would have made sure the situation got handled the way it was supposed to got handled. So now, boom, he ends up going to the feds, but he ended up flipping. He ended up telling. So now he telling on everybody. He had COs down there that was bringing him into 1-2. He ended up making a couple babies down to jail. This is how much of a chokehold he had to jail in, yo. He ended up having a couple babies down there. So now the broads who ain't broads no more, they his baby mothers, they going to court. I know they looking at him like, man, you a duck. How you do all this down to jail? Because they know him. They know all the stuff that he was doing down to jail. He tell people over the phone he owned this situation. You feel me? So boom, he ends up getting the organization smacked. Dudes start getting grabbed up. But I think he was the only one that told, you feel what I'm saying? Or a couple people might have told lessen their little situation, lessen they blow. But it all stemmed from him using them phones, talking too much, Then when it's time to, everybody want to be the boss, tell it's time to be the boss. You feel what I'm saying? When it's time for the bras to wonder who the big man, you the boss. When it's time to call the orders, you the boss. When it's time to motherfucker go on the head of indictment, you want to play like you quit. You don't want to play the game no more. Nah, yo, it don't work like that. So the whole time, though, they ended up, I would think, they ended up moving him around. I would think they took him out of Baltimore City because it ain't no jail that he could have went to, because I know in my heart that it was motherfuckers who was involved and they was like, man, yo don't even deserve that seat, yo don't even deserve to be up there, you feel me? Because I know this, because once the story get back to us that's on the playing field, that's on the street level, the soldiers, the foot soldiers, we looking like, what? No, tell me, yo ain't do that. He like, yeah, yo ended up doing that, but yeah, he ended up getting him knocked off. He ended up telling, I want to say he went to witness protection. I want to say that. I ain't going to put the bad bone in anything. But he definitely went out bad, you feel me? So that bone definitely stuck to him. But y'all know the motto, man. Wicked and wild situations. With that being said, though, let's wrap up the part 2 of that story yesterday, too. Let's get back to that. So boom, right? So he called me from over the jail. He tell me the whole situation that happened. Yo, they ends up giving this man 30 years, 15 in the state, 15 in the feds, because the case with the big dude, they took that federal because he trying to bring all these other gangs involved in it. So now, not only do you got to deal with the gang indictment off of you and your neighborhood and the shit that you brought down from California, all the other gangs that he tried to bring in, now the light on them too, because it's like, well, he must look at y'all as an outstanding factor to even come to y'all with this proposition. And this is how the police play these little mind trick games, right? So my little man ended up getting 30 years for that. But boom. All right, let's fast forward, y'all. So they all go down, they all get booked. I got another homeboy right now. This was mind-boggling to me too, right? When I first meet him, he a quiet little kid. I'm talking about, he older than me, of course, but he quiet, man. He fly. He one of them type dudes that his mother had to have a lot of money, because during this time, I never met a kid who was rocking sevens, rocks, and necks and shit every day, like polos every day. I'm like, yeah, yo gotta be a spoiled little kid and shit. But one of my homeboys he went to school with him, so he used to bring him down. He used to bring him down our way. Now, mind you, he's still from up this neighborhood that's on the borderline situation too. So it's like, he cool for real. Ain't like I told you, he was quiet. He had another homeboy that he brought down with him too. He was quiet too. Later on down the years, they both grow into be something wicked. So now the whole time he do his little time, I think he ended up getting, like, everybody ain't get, the numbers range from life to maybe 4 years. So the lowest person probably got 4 to 5 years. The top person on the indictment probably got life, which was the big fella. So now, boom, he do his little 5 years. He come home. So now fast forward 5 years later. So now I guess why he did this time, he didn't develop the model that he a gangster, you know, because everybody don't go to jail. So when you come home from jail and you go around niggas that never been to jail, it's like, you know, you got one up on them. You stroking your own ego. So he come back home, he start getting into this little half-cocked gangster shit. Whole time situation pop up. When the situation pop up, I can't lie, it surprised me. He handled it. I'm talking about it. Not only do he smack one person, he catches 2 of them. So he go bang bang, he catch a 2-piece. Now, the way it get kind of tricky is he get away with it. 2 years later, somehow, some way it come back on him. 2 years later, I see the shit come across the news. Man wanted for double M1. I'm like, what the fuck? But the body one, if the shit come across the news in 2018, it said for a body in 2016. So I'm like, hey, how the fuck they put that together over a 2-year joint? So now he go on a run. He goes on a run. But now, mind you, I know him for being a quiet, little humble little dude. So I'm in my head like, man, maybe they framed him. Whole time they grabbed him, right? I think he got caught up like in New York or some shit, messing with the little broad. Whole time he gets smacked and grabbed up in New York. They ends up giving him life. I'm like, damn. But that was just 2. And his homeboy, who was the other little quiet dude, he ended up, you know, he do his 1-2. He stay out the way for it. He playing his role. He ain't want to get too involved in violence. He wanted to really hustle. He was really known because he knew how to be a hustler better. He was already fly. They was already spoiled. He had enough money to get work, and he was around a certain group of dudes that he knew he could get that shit off the way he wanted to. So he ended up taking that route. Nothing crazy ever happened to him. Whole time his mans though ended up getting double life after doing 5 years on that little bit that you got grabbed up with them. But man, yeah, that was wicked and wild situations, mob. Wicked and wild situation. But I love y'all to death, man. We up out of here. Listen, I love the feedback, love the support. Make sure everybody like, share, comment, and smash. I repeat, smash that subscribe button, man. You tuned in a lot. Thank you, V-Mob. We going up 100K in a